Now, you support slash strategist mains, you players are some of the funniest players in the world. You know that? You guys are so funny. First of all, you guys are inting my games when I play too. So you guys are really funny. But right now, you guys are being hilarious. Now, if you don't know, Necros, one of the most famous streamers for Marvel Rivals, the titled best Spider-Man player in the world, recently said that support is the easiest role, which I will neither agree nor disagree, right? And then he got outraged for it. People did not like that, which, okay, I understand why. He just came for your role in a very disrespectful way. He wasn't really nice about it. And was he right? Again, I'm not going to agree nor disagree, but did he go about it in the wrong way? Completely. He did not have to do it the way he did. But people started telling him that he could never in his life solo queue as a strategist player and make it to GM or do good. They said he would just fizzle out. Now, Necros took that challenge on the nose and he made a new account, and then in about 2 days he made it to grandmaster, which at this point in the season is basically eternity rank, in 60 games. 2 days slash 60 games, right? It took him like 15 hours. He just proved every single support and strategic player wrong. And I mean, at this point, I don't know what you expected. First of all, Necros is unironically one of the best players on Marvel Rivals. Like, he is better than 99.99% of everyone who will ever touch this game. And he's probably better at most video games compared to everybody else, right? I mean, I don't know about like Warzone or anything, but like, you know, if he's on Overwatch, he owns you. If he's on Warzone, he owns you. CSGO, he probably owns you and me, right? Because he's just that good at video games. His mechanical skill is unmatched. It's outclassed by literally nobody, right? So to think that he couldn't solo queue his way to any rank is crazy. That's just ignorance. And to make it clear, I don't care for Necros. I never did. Never watched his Overwatch streams, never watched his rival streams, right? But I at least respect him enough to be like, he's better than me. Because he is. He's Necros. Like, I don't like him, but like, he's Necros. Am I right? So I never understood the point of saying Necros could never solo queue his way anywhere, which he can. Like, he could do it as a tank main and solo queue as tank only and make it. But I am going to add, does it prove that support slash strategist is the easiest role in the game? No, it doesn't, because that's not really feasibly possible to ever prove what role is hardest, right? Outside of like, oh, mechanically it's the easiest, yeah, but like, that's not a realistic standard in my opinion, because like, in game, there's a lot more variables, right? Maybe your tank player is throwing, making strategist the hardest role in that specific game. Maybe your DPS can't get kills, making tank the hardest role in that specific game to play, right? So I can never tell you that strategist or support or tank or DPS is the hardest role. I can just never do that because it will never make sense. Like, it's going to differ game by game by game by game. Like, unironically, that's just how it is. Maybe your Black Panther is throwing away your elo. Okay, well, guess what? Everyone else is having a bad game, really hard game, except that Black Panther, because obviously he doesn't care. Or even, I could even say that maybe the Black Panther is having the hardest DPS game of his life. And in this specific game, because he's throwing away your elo and not switching off, and he's 2-17, he's having the hardest game. Because, I mean, he's not killing anything. He's just feeding the enemy team, right? But yes, outside of like in-game logic, you're never going to tell me that Rocket Raccoon has a harder mechanical skill than someone like Hella. He doesn't. Like, Rocket is literally like bottom tier like mechanical skill, and guess what? He's a support character, right? Adam presses a single button and he does his job, literally. You can be like, oh, but Adam has to aim headshots. Adam doesn't have to do anything. Adam can theoretically just press that one button all game and still be very effective in the game. And that actually stems an issue from a lot of support players. They don't understand that support isn't just healing. Adam Warlock isn't mechanically hard because his healing is easy to do. No. He's mechanically hard because he actually has to aim. That's why he's harder than most other supports. Same with Luna. And I don't even think Luna's that good. Luna has to aim her healing snowflake things that she shoots out of her hand somehow, which is a sentence I never thought I'd ever say. But anyway, she had to shoot her little snowflakes out and actually hit her targets. And when the alpha and beta first came out, I was like, wow, I have to actually hit these people. There's no leeway here. Like, I have to hit them dead center mass to heal them, right? And most players, unironically, cannot do that efficiently. Now, when I play Luna, I get like 63% accuracy because I can aim. I'm mechanically good enough to actually hit most of my shots, right? Except on flyers. Y'all can go to hell. But again, Mantis isn't easy because she presses 2 buttons to heal, E and F, or whatever her other heal button is. Is it right click, and E? No, Mantis is mechanically hard because you have to actually hit headshots to refill your leaves and also maintain a balance between damage, healing, and maintaining yourself. But Mantis sucks this season, so if you're ever playing her, then you're throwing her elo. But the point is, while some strategists require a decent amount of mechanical skill, you have people like Rocket and Loki. Loki and Rocket don't require a lot of mechanical skill at all, and they are some of the best healers in the game, right? Black Panther, on the other hand, is the worst diver in this game. No matter how unfun his gameplay loop is to fight against, he is objectively bad this meta, this season, and to get value from him requires so much mechanical skill that the average player will never be able to get any value with him at his current state. Same with Hela. Now, Hela has this cool ability where she can literally point and click on the screen and kill things, right? But if your Hela is missing most of her shots, she is useless to your team. Unlike a Rocket Raccoon or a Mantis, which I know I just said how Mantis works, but her leads are still refilling like constantly. It's not hard past a certain rank at least. So yeah, supports, while some of them require some mechanical skill, the leeway there for supports and strategists it's just so much higher. They get so much more leeway. Rocket, Mantis, Luna, they all get, okay, maybe not Luna. Luna actually doesn't get any leeway, but a lot of them get leeway because they don't really have to do a lot to actually do what they need to do. Again, Adam is pressing a single button to heal. Mantis is pressing 2 buttons to either damage, boost, or heal you. Rocket is sitting in a corner in the depths of hell shooting healing orbs and then placing down his beacon. So you'll never tell me that support is hard to play mechanically. You'll never be able to tell me that, at least relative to the DPS or the tanks in this game. Now, I'll say that some tanks require some decent mechanics like Venom maybe, but even then, DPS mechanically is the hardest role. It just is. But again, back to the original point. The game is so complicated and nuanced, I will never tell you that outside of mechanics, DPS, support, or tank is the hardest role. And even if they were like even-wise within the game, all of these roles require a different level of skill sets, right? I'll simplify it. Maybe DPS require aim, supports require awareness, and tanks and tanks require courage, right? I swear to God, if I see another tank just backing up all game, I'm gonna get so angry. Anyways, so comparing them is still stupid. Like, it really is. They're all their own difficulties every game. Like, it doesn't change. But I'm beating a dead horse. What I also want to talk about is the fact that watching Necros play, which I didn't watch at all, except for a few clips from TikTok and Twitter and stuff like that, that are like 2 minutes long, I can see that Necros himself, even I can tell, he doesn't just sit in the back and heal bot. He just doesn't, which I think makes a lot of strategist players mad, because those type of players think that support is only healing. No, again, Luna Snow has like the damage output of Hela if she hits like all of her snowflake things. Like, she literally does. Mantis can 3-tap most people in the head, so Luna can 2-tap people in the head if she hits all her things. Like, it's not like you're not supposed to be doing damage. Like, they can all, like, when they buffed the damage on Adam and Luna, I was like, why? Because they didn't do that for no reason. They did that not because they don't do damage, but because people aren't using their ability to do damage against other people on the game. Like, they're literally not. And then they also called out every DPS and tank player saying you need to peel for your supports, which the only reason they buffed the supports damage, which they did not need to do at all. Like, there is no way in this world, in beautiful heaven on earth, right, that a Luna Snow should not be at least try to help contest this Johnny Storm in the sky or Storm in the sky. They just don't. There's no way. You're hit scan and you do damage. Or Adam Warlock. There's no reason only the Hela on your team should be looking up. Like, everyone can look up on the game. Ping Johnny Storm. Shoot at Johnny Storm or Storm annoy him. I don't need him dead. We just need him to stop doing damage to us, which I think people get really caught up on that. Now, I'm not one of those people that thinks high damage is good, because it's not. I just need final hits from my DPS, but I need everyone to be contributing damage to the enemy team. That is unironically some of the biggest like diff issues when it comes to this game, because your supports aren't doing damage and you're like, why is nothing dying? That guy is one shot. If only literally an extra tick of damage happens by, you know, your support, he would be dead. Like, I've had so many games as hella where I'm getting a Hulk infused Iron Man one shot in like a sliver of his health remains, and I'm like, is anybody helping me shoot this guy? I mean, he's out in the open. I know I have a Luna, I know I have a Mantis, I know I have a Namor. I know you guys see him, and I know you guys can help. Like, if you look up at least once every minute and do a single tick of damage to this Iron Man, he's dying more. But alas, support players don't look up, nor do they do damage, apparently. And I am a support player, and trust me, I will have the lowest healing number on my team sometimes. I will. But I will also be doing damage. Trust me on that. I will have 10,000 damage if we're going to 3-3 overtime. I will have 15,000 damage. Between that, trust me on that. Trust me on that. But anyway, that was this video. Like, comment, subscribe for more Marvel Rivals, because I like the game and I make videos on it. See you on the next video, which won't take 11 days to come out. And peace.